I mean, I was asked for my opinions. It's my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. Okay? And then there are women that maybe their mothers feel them with so much hate and pain about marriage and men. You know those women that will say, make sure you get your secret account to make sure you tell him to shut up. No man should talk to you anyhow. You know, and these mothers we're talking about, they're mothers of those days that you said had a fantastic marriage. They never left their husbands, but that's the advice they give to their children. So you have women selling hate and bitterness to their daughters. Their daughters are going into marriage with that mind of, if you talk to me and look at, shout, you know. So there lies the problem. Now the other side we're not looking at is, now if in the 40s and the 50s, and the 60s and the 70s, the parents we had then were pretending to be happy and together, you know that children can sense these things. Potentially we have a lot of today's men and women that were raised in hate, in pain and bitterness, that they've grown up to become men and women today that cannot truly love. We have a lot of people that were born and went through a lot of trauma and stress that they've come up today and they're reflecting what they saw growing up. Now, if a boy grew up in a house where his father was that kind of figure that says, shut up when I'm talking, go and sit in the kitchen. I don't care how many American movies you have watched in this generation, in your head, that's how much respect you expect to command from your woman. Now you went and married Sisi with her Brazilian, who in her house, they were like, oh baby, how are you? Hugs daddy, hugs mommy. That's the one you went for because you didn't go for your own level. You went for that one that grew up in a sheltered place. Not even so much shelter. It's not even about wealth. It's about the way she was raised. There's so much love and kindness. Now, she says something in the house and you're like, my friend, do you know I'm your husband? Ah, man, marriage don't spoil you. You understand? Everything is gone downhill. So you have to understand. Someone asked me, if you could recommend something to people getting married today, what would you say? I said, see, you guys are big on HIV tests. You guys are big on, genotype. Yeah, they're good idea because you don't want to marry someone who's sick or, you don't have those problems. But you know what? You really need to take it back to how we did it back in the days. When you say you want to marry, they will send people to go and investigate the family. Don't be in a hurry. Get to know the family. A man or a woman that was raised in a family that they used to hustle. Everybody was trying to undo the other person. Everybody was trying to prove. Everybody was struggling. They may have been rich. It's not so much about poor people. They may have been rich. They may have had money. But a person that was raised in a family where there was no love, it is going to be a miracle for them to grow up to be a man or a woman that can love. Now, love is not about, I give you money. Imagine a boy that was raised in that kind of love, who understands that it's not about money. Money should be earned, but it's not about that. He understands that love, that caring, that everything. Then he now goes and meets one girl, anyhow girl, streetwise. This one's like, yeah, but she's done about Brazilian and her makeup, and then they get together. While for him, it's about spending time. For her, it's about money. For her, it's about this. It's not like he's not giving her the money, but it's not enough. Imagine a girl that grew up in an abusive home where, for her, kind of in her head, it's like women need to be spoken to in a particular way. If not, the man is weak. And this guy was raised in a family where dialogue. Let's talk about it. So when he's saying, babes, I just want to have this conversation, about, what's that? Because she's raised to confrontation. That's all she knows. That's all she knows. But if you've not been in a hurry and done your investigation, not just for the girl, but her family background, you'd have an understanding of what it is. But then again, like two opposites can actually attract. Because if both parties are willing to be reasonable, then you can overlook certain things. Like this person overlook the other person's character, the other one overlook, and they'll find a way, middle ground to work together. Remember now, society today, it's not a big deal if you're a single parent. You have your money, you can take care of yourself, you have your career, you can do this, go ahead. Now some people say, oh, single mothers, are they happy? What do you mean are they happy? Did they plan to be single? They left one person, they'll get with the next person. It's like a relationship. If it didn't work, you go. Some people, maybe they had a painful relationship and they're like, okay, that's it. No more, I'm not doing it again. They're happy. They found their peace. It's not for anybody to say, is that guy happy because he's alone or is that person? If they're at peace with themselves and they're happy, please leave them alone. If you see that guy that has decided, I don't want to be in a relationship, please don't go and hire a wife for him from Nigeria or from Africa, from Ghana. Because you're putting him in a situation he's not ready for. You understand? You're putting him in a situation he's not ready for. There's some people that are so successful being on their own. Let them be on their own. Don't try to make them look like there's something wrong with them because they're not with someone. And then those people that can't be on their own, if their marriage or their relationship did not work out, trust me, they will find somebody else and they will move on. It's a choice. I have so many baby mamas that have produced well. Obama, to mention a few. Oh, yeah, single mother. Who knows? If that woman had stayed with that man, we would not have Obama today. He would have been rearing cattle in Kenya. Or he would have been maybe smoking Igbo in East Coast, West Coast. Say, hey, popure. You understand? I'm not saying, I'm just giving worst case scenario. At the end of the day, that boy turned out well because people probably understood that being apart is not a bad thing. He still had a relationship with his dad, but his father and his mother didn't live together. Those are mature people. Nothing, as they say, nothing spoiled. Nothing went bad. You need two reasonable people. I will love my child even though I'm not with your mother. And the mother says, I will love my child even though I'm not with the man. And we'll respect each other when we meet. You understand? Don't throw your anger and your bitterness on the children. Why are we having so many divorce cases now? People are more aware of the situation. People are more aware of themselves. They're more empowered. You know, they're more independent, both men and women. And so when things are not working out, they check out. It would have been nice if there was more understanding. And we have people that have some trauma and the way they were not raised in love and all that. They don't know how to be in a relationship. That's another catch. My prayer is that we can raise a better tomorrow so that we don't have these issues. And a quote from the Bible is, Paul, the very famous Paul said, marriage is a good thing, but if you can't take it, leave it. And that's why he chose to stay single. It's not easy to be married. You understand? Two full-grown people, they just meet each other and they will just join and become one. See, that's the thing. And the religion doesn't help. Two shall become one flesh. Do you know what it means to join two people together? That's the thing. So people just come, two shall become one. Oneness. Oneness is not magic. It's something that you have to work at to make it happen. And that's what they don't teach. People don't teach the truth. You see people they're in charge of marriage counseling in the church, but you're not telling the truth. You're telling what you want people to hear. Tell them the truth about it so they can take a step back. And honestly, if you have a child that says, this marriage looks like it's a bit, I don't want to do it, please don't force them. There's nothing wrong with them. They're not gay. They're not lesbians. They're just thinking, I don't know if I can manage this for now. I'll take my time. You understand? There's some people that are like, I don't know, I'd rather not have a broken marriage. I don't want to traumatize children. I don't want this. I don't want that. So I just stay single because I don't trust women these days, or I don't trust men these days. There's nothing wrong with them. If someone feels that they'd rather be single, please. With my unicorn head, I'm saying, just leave them to stay single. Society, don't make them feel like there's something wrong with them. We were raised in a time when you're born, you go to school, you get a job, you get married. Next step, have children, get a house, buy land, buy a car. So everything is fixed. So if you're not doing it like that, it's like there's something wrong with you. And this is also another problem with today because you're told once you just come out of uni, like she's not married. Not married. You don't know she's ready psychologically, emotionally. So people are crazy. You understand? The fact that they function and they do everything like normal people doesn't mean they're okay. They're crazy. You don't know that about them until you actually get into a relationship. Their brothers and their sisters potentially know that, but you wouldn't know until you get into a relationship. Then these things come out and you're like, oh my goodness, what is this? So you understand? Don't push people into something that they're not ready to. Everybody must not be married. For those that can be, good. For those that can't, leave them. Society puts too much pressure on people, and that's just wrong. Stop putting pressure on your children. But yeah, don't put pressure on people. Like, you finish uni and you say, I want to stay 10 years before getting married. Please leave the person. Because when you push them to get married, immediately it becomes a problem. Understand? In those days, a lot of our mothers were married as teenagers, It was inside their husband's house that they went to school and they did all that. They never had a choice. They never had a choice of a life. God created man and woman. He created them to be two individual people to live their destiny. Not that one person shouldn't have it. So imagine somebody who was married off as a teenager or as a young girl, and she had to find her future, her destiny inside a man's house. She didn't have a choice. So when she gets to 50 or 60 and she's really bitter, you don't have any idea what her pain is. When you have a man that wasn't ready to get married, he wanted to build a dream. He wanted to build some. People are saying, don't build too much. Don't be too rich. It will be like this. Or don't just go and marry, just have children. 1 year you've not had a child. 1 year you've not had a child. People just put so much pressure. Then when the thing starts falling apart, those same people that pushed you there, they're not there to manage it for you. You're on your own. They're not there when you're having a divorce. They don't understand why it didn't work out. The fact that you married at 21 or 18 and you've been married for 40 years doesn't mean that the other person can do it. Doesn't mean that the other person must marry at 21 years old. You understand? I talk to guys. They're like, I'm not ready. I'm like, see, if you're not ready, leave it. I don't care if you finished university 10 years ago. I don't care if you have a good job. I don't care if you make money. If you're not ready, you are not ready. Because the fact that you've come of age and you have a job and you have a car and you bought land doesn't mean you're ready to get married. You understand? It's people who are not ready that are pushed into marriage because of society. That's one of the problems of divorce today. So they're not ready. As a girl, you're being told, your biological clock is ticking. Thank God for IVF these days, even though it's really expensive. Oh, your biological clock is ticking. What's going on? How about that guy? Okay, just marry anybody. As long as he's ready, husband material. Just marry him. Leave that one. That one's not ready to marry. Don't wait for him. Just marry. He's a doctor now. He's got a job. He's ready. Just marry. Then you just go and marry. And then after the first, you're like, man, I don't think I can take this anymore. Now, back in the days, you had no job, no sustenance, no nothing. You stayed there. You will endure till whenever. But today, you've got your job. He's a doctor. You're an engineer. Is that you're thinking, okay, I'm not going to sit here and take this nonsense. I'm going. Doesn't make her a stubborn woman and somebody that thinks she's boss. It makes her somebody who's independent, who, rather than stay and suffer for years, she chose to walk away. Now, a man that says, I'm tired of this marriage, end it. There's nothing wrong with him. He wasn't ready. Society put the pressure on him that he should go and marry. Maybe he was created to be one of those that never married. But society said, if he's not married at this age, there's something wrong. He's gay. She's a lesbian. So once they say gay, man, people can't think I'm gay. Let me go and marry. Hey, lesbian. No, I'm not a lesbian. Let me just go. You understand? Stop putting pressure on people. Because you put that pressure on them, then the result comes out and you complain. Why are people getting divorced? Until we change our mindset and how we relate and do things. Trust me, 4,000 divorce cases in Abuja. You guys are just waking up. Don't worry, I'll dig into the UK one and tell you people where we are now between January and February. You'll know that you guys are still learning. You have not even scratched the surface. So please, these are my 2 cents to my people out there. As I always say, if you are in an abusive relationship and you're scared, please know that it's not your fault. It's never your fault. Nobody has the right to hit you. Nobody has the right to shout at you. You're a human being. Man and woman likewise, because men get shouted and beat. You understand? In fact, men, when they suffer a lot because no one will believe them. And there's the shame and the stigma to talk about it, that they're being oppressed in their own house when they're supposed to be the man. Please, talk to someone. And if you're in a situation where you are even unable to talk to anyone, go online. Find me. There's so many people. Find someone you can talk to and just put it out there. And hopefully, you get help. Right? Talk to someone. Don't stay in a situation that will kill you because you want to please society. Yeah? I'd rather people walk away than attending people's funeral or analyzing on Facebook why they died and why they did not die. You understand? According to a wise man, he said, in my house there are many mansions. If you go into that marriage and it's not good, don't die there. Come back to my house. All right? That's my 2 cents from me to you. I hope you are blessed. I'll catch you later. One love.